Hey traders, my name is Shagun Chatu for 7. I train traders how to trade in harmony with the market. So today or this afternoon, we're looking at the pound US dollar ahead of the UK general election that's going to take place in 2 days' time on Thursday. I'm going to be doing the top to bottom analysis or top down analysis on this pair. So we're going to be looking at the weekly chart, daily chart, 4 hours, and 1 hour chart. If time permits, we can drill down to the 15 minutes chart for the pair. So a couple of things I want to do first. This is the weekly chart. I'm just going to go ahead and draw some of the key levels that we have on the chart. So for the weekly chart, I'm going to be using magenta color for all the levels. Okay, so that is uh, coded and we can see it on all the charts. So what I'm doing here is very important because these key levels, they will eventually be traded at some point, and it gives us a high probability of turn they are high probability turning points basically. So we have one here, we have one. These are what we call the decision making points. The structural point. Is good to have them on your chart. Going to do the last, that one there. This one is confirming twice. Then we have this one, and that's basically it for those key levels. I'm not going to draw more than that. So for this last swing down, we're going to do what I call the wave structure count. So let's do the top and the bottom. So we have a low here followed by high. So that is 0 ABC1. That is 1. This is 2. So it's 3. And this 3, we don't have a higher high 5 because we have a 4 here that failed to make a higher high 5. Okay, so technically all these are structural points as well. So I'm going to do that, but we're going to use a dash dotted lines for those structures that we've just drawn out, and that one. Okay, so we can delete the wave structure. Then the price started coming down. We have 0 A B C 1 2 3, okay, 4, and that failed as well. So as you can see, the pound is currently just going through coiling stage, even at the low here. Right, that one I don't need to draw down because that one is matching nicely to another one. So then we have this move that is currently going on. 0 ABC1 followed by pullback, and we haven't seen a higher high, and considering this move here, which is the 3, okay, we've seen a 4. This is a valid 0 ABC pullback, and we've not seen anything else. So where we are right now, the picture is still bearish on the weekly chart. The pound is still bearish on the weekly chart. That is a directional move. It has traded below the previous momentum low, okay, and this is a pullback. All right, so that is it for the daily, for the weekly chart. So the weekly chart on the cable is still bearish, trading at wave structure 4. I'm just going to write some things down here. Uh, and we go to the daily chart. All right, so this is 4 on the weekly chart, that high there. Then we can see the move to the high. Let's see if we can count the wave on that one. So now we don't have to draw all the waves. We can draw the current one up and the current one down, the last one up and the current one down, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This did not make a higher high, but we can count it. 5, followed by a pullback. 0, 1, 2, 3. The 3 broke the 2, 4, and this is where we are right now. For me, the daily chart is not very clear in terms of the, you can see this has been going sideways for a while now. This structure on this weekly key level is very strong. Look at how the price has been chopping up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Eventually we had a breakup. People are going to be buying this, then they slam it down, breaking the structure again, okay, to the downside. So because we had a break here, I'm going to count the wave structure down, because a higher high that traded below the previous structure, that is a directional move as long as the high is intact. So we see ABC1 down, ABC1 up, which is 2 failing to make a higher high. We've now seen a lower low. Okay, this is actually key. What happened here is very important. So the wave structure down has given us, let me see this one. So it's still a higher low there, lower high. This is 1, this is 2. The 2 has already given us a lower low, which confirms a continuation that there's a high probability for this low to be broken, 122.98 on the daily chart of the pound US dollar. As long as the mini structure here, which was traded yesterday, we're going to get to that. So let's do the daily key levels. So I said we're going to do to the upside, the last up and the current coming down. So we have, for the pound, we're going to use blue, so that we, for the daily chart, sorry, we're going to use the blue for the key levels, okay, because those are the structures, okay. The decision making point, they made a decision to buy, price went up, made a higher high. They made a decision to buy, price made a higher high. This one, then we add one here. They made a decision to sell, price made a low. This one failed to make a lower low, so we can draw it. And then we add this one. We have this one. There's another one here. Okay, so the chart is getting messy now, which is okay, because we don't trade the daily chart, we trade the lower time frame. So these price points are very important. We have one here. Then we have a structure that made a lower low, a structure that made a higher high. Then we have a small structure here, which was traded yesterday. We're going to see that in a bit. And that's the last thing on the daily chart. So basically, the daily chart is bearish. And with structure to made a lower low. Okay, so we know what we have in terms of that. So going to the 4-hour chart. Okay, so this is your 4-hour chart. This is the structure I was referring to. You can see now getting interesting. Now we can start to draw the wave structure and leaving it on the chart. So I don't need to go back again. I'm not drawing any key levels on this chart. On I'm only drawing what is coming down here. So going up, you can see we're buying this low a couple of months ago. We have 0 ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, and extended move 5. That's the high. So the most important price point for us is this one here. This is what holds the key to this uptrend. But as you can see, there's a participation move here. That is a participation move. Why? Because we came below minimum of 2 structures. This is actually 1, 2, and 3. We came below 3 structures with this move, followed by a pullback and make a lower low. So that is a participation move. That is a directional move. And that corresponds nicely with what we saw on the daily chart, that there's a possibility of a continued downside move. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Price made a lower low, 5, 6. So this is a momentum low. So now we can start to so momentum low. I need to label that properly now. Okay. So we know what that is as a 240, and there's a structure here which has already been traded yesterday. We have a daily structure which was traded yesterday as well. So if this price decided to continue down, this has satisfied the reset of the trend, and what we are expecting now is a lower high to end and a continuation move to the downside. However, there's a weekly structure here. We want this price to close below the weekly structure. If it closes above it, it becomes a slightly bullish, and we can start to play around this range that we have. Hold on a minute. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So this is the H4 wave structure. That's 5. This correction is valid. Okay, so this pullback is valid, and the 4 has already been traded as well yesterday. So this is a very strong setup for a continuation move to the downside. So let's look at the 1 hour chart. Okay. So we said we're looking for a correction. Let's see if we have a completed correction. So we have 0 ABC1 followed by pullback. Then we have 3 here because this is a higher high, followed by pullback that broke the 2. Then we had the 5. Look at this. There's a strong rejection there yesterday. Very, very nice. So we have a low, we have a 1, we have a 2, the 3 made a lower momentum high, then it came below the 2, which tells us this low will be traded based on that price formation there. Then we had a 5. So what color can we give that one? Leave it as that color there, and that is the 1 hour wave structure. Okay, so what we currently have now is we've traded below here. So this is a continuation move. 0, 1, and 2 is currently forming for the 1 hour chart. So the picture now is very clear to the downside. We can use the Fibonacci to start to, I think this one is actually, let's put the Fibonacci on this chart. Okay, not too bad. We've come traded above the buy zone, the sell zone a little bit. This is your sell zone here. Okay, and this structure here, this weekly structure, is very, very crucial. The 126.75 is very crucial to what is going to happen in the, what am I going to do in the pound dollar in the next 24 hours. This key point here. So that is your major structure there. So we have 0, 1, and this is 2. This is a pullback, expecting continuation as long as we stay below the high. Look at this. We have structures here. We have a daily structures and weekly structure. Okay, so that's the picture. We have a momentum low, momentum precedes price as long as there's no violation, and we haven't seen a violation on the 4 hours wave structure. So selling is the only option in the pound US dollar. I think let's check the 15 minutes chart. The the move. I posted a trade this morning. We said you have to wait for price to retrace, which we have seen. And now price is actually at the, because I'm selling this on the 5 minutes chart right now. Price has traded the maximum retracement level, which is the, for this setup, which is the daily M3. Okay, as long as we don't make a higher high here, there's a high probability of continuation to the downside even today. Okay, the key level, like I said before, the key level is 126.75. Staying below here, we can take this. Once it start to come below this weekly structure, you can sell and put your stop loss above the pullback high here, or even leave it at the 76.4. You might have a big fish to catch. If it stays above here and starts to break above this pullback high, they may come and break these highs here. All right, so that is the, you have to be careful, because now the pound is moving nicely. Patience is your friend. We have to look at the price using these key levels to take the trade up or down. Okay, but the bias on the weekly chart, on the daily chart, on the 4-hour chart, and on the 1-hour chart are all bearish. Very important. There's nothing as negate that bearishness. So we look at the major time, the weekly chart, the daily chart, the 4-hour, the 1-hour. All those four key time frames are bearish. Okay, so if that's the case, wait for the pullback, which we have seen already, and take the trade in the direction of the momentum. So I hope this is helpful, and I wish you a successful trading week. My name is Shegun.